All right, so we said something about system software and application software. What did I say system software was?
System software, you can see that you can see that it's what comes with it.
Yes,
What
comes.
comes with the or with the computer which has already been set up, not put as an application. But then it comes with it's already there.
Have you seen a phone which already comes with WhatsApp, which comes already with Facebook, which already comes with a browser? Serious?
Yes. Yes.
So a browser is not a system software, it's an application software. So what is a system software? Tinash, you can rescue us. System software. System software, this is software that is intended to be used by the computer itself. That's system software. Application software, this is software that is intended to be used by users of the system to perform a specific tasks. That's what I said. Examples of system software, one of it was an operating system. Before we went to BIOS, firmware, and whatnot, an operating system. Okay? And we gave examples of operating systems. Microsoft Windows, Linux, Unix, Android, iPhone operating system, Macintosh operating system, several. Okay. Any gadget that you see has an operating system. An operating system acts as a bridge between the computer and the users. Okay? We said that a computer does not understand whatever you are seeing there, isn't it? What it understands is binary, binary, ones and zeros. One for an on signal, zero for an off signal. So what a computer understands is on, off, on, off, on, off. That's what it understands. But you need an operating system to translate the binary into something that you and me is able to understand. So if you press C to a computer, what does C stand for? In binary, maybe it will translate to 0011. If I type 0, what is it? 1011, so on and forth. So that translation is the job of the operating system. Bwana Luitio, I was looking for you. I hope the mic is on, eh? Yes, green. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I've said that it acts as a bridge between the users and the computer. Okay. So, what is an operating system? So here we're saying that it is the most important software that runs on a computer. It manages the computer's memory and processes as well as all of its software and hardware. It also allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language. In short, an operating system is a software that manages the hardware and software of the computer. So all the softwares are housed or are hosted by the operating system. You cannot install an application software where there is no system software. Are we clear on the operating system? Okay. So there are other definitions as well. An OS, which is operating system, is a software that communicates with the hardware and allows other programs to run. So it provides the basic functionality for the devices. Or you can say that it's a software that manages computer hardware and software resources. I'm saying that an operating system is a software that manages computer hardware and software resources. And provides a common service for computer programs. So it acts as an intermediary between the users and the computer hardware. So an operating system performs basic tasks such as recognizing input from the keyboard and mouse. In other words, recognizing input from all input devices. I hope we remember them, right? Right? Hey, Kodesh, are you here? Okay. So it's also responsible for sending output to output devices. Another task is keeping track of files and directories on the disk or on the hard drive. And it's also responsible for controlling peripheral devices. For controlling peripheral devices. Are we clear, Tinash? If we are clear, what is a peripheral device? The yes had energy yet. Are we clear? Yes. What is a peripheral device? Okay. A peripheral device, this is a device that is attached to the computer's motherboard. Any device that is attached is called a peripheral device. Of course, it can be used for controlling something. If I connect a mouse, I'm controlling elements on the screen, right? Okay. If I attach a microphone, I'll be inputting sound. Okay. So anything that you can attach to a computer is what is referred to as a peripheral device. So it has to be controlled. How is it controlled? By the operating system. Okay. So let's look at functions of an operating system. So the first function is booting. So booting is the first process of starting the computer. So it will check the computer whether it is ready for a user to start operating on it. So when you boot, it will take you to BIOS. Then after BIOS, it calls the operating system. The operating system now starts to load programs that are necessary for you to start using. The next function is memory management. So the operating system is responsible for allocating memory to programs that are being executed. It's responsible for allocating memory to programs that are to be executed or are in execution. And it makes sure that there is effective use of the random access memory. Make sure that there is effective use of the random access memory. So any program that is in execution is allocated space where the execution can happen. If I'm to give you an exam today, and I give you a paper like this one, okay? I give you 5 questions. One of you here, all the answers can fit there, right? But for some, this will just be for one question. Okay, you need a lot of paper. Okay, in order to explain your answer. That's what happens even to a program. There are certain programs that require a lot of space. Okay, for them to execute. I showed you inside of a processor, isn't it? Was it this class? Zipporah? It is, eh? You saw how the space was allocated to each program, eh? Tinashe, were you there when I was doing that? You don't remember. What I said is, when you have a computer, you press Control Alt Delete. Okay? You remember, eh? Then let's not go there. So when it's executing, it will allocate space to each and every program. Another function is it's a command interpreter. We're saying that it reads the commands that a user types at a terminal, interprets them, and translate them into a detailed set of instructions that the computer hardware can understand. The command interpreter reads the commands that a user types at the terminal, which is the keyboard, interprets them, and translates them into a detailed set of instructions that the computer hardware can understand. So this will vary from one operating system to the other. Okay, just a minute. Another functionality is loading and execution. So it's responsible for loading the program into the main memory, which is a random access memory, before it can be executed. So it will provide the facility to load programs in memory easily and execute it. It's also responsible for data security. So every data that you store on a computer has to be secure. Okay? It depends on you on what you want, but an operating system will provide a security feature that will enable you protect your data. Examples, you have logins, where you put your name and then your password. Okay. Others use biometric, facial recognition, what else? Fingerprint, voice.
Yes, I'm not looking for voice. Let's say computer.
Not really, not really. Not that one. Siri, you just talk to it. Do this, you just give commands. But for security, it means protecting your data. Okay. I cannot just come here and then start accessing your phone. Obviously, ndukumana ndi password whether it will be password or a pattern or personal identification number, whatever it is. The operating system has to provide those features. Okay? People are experts in mimicking other people's voice. So that one, the technology is not there yet. Kapena luwitiko unamvapo device oti masegulira voice. I know of a facial recognition, thumbprint. Maybe Tinashe's phone, eh? You can open your phone with voice. Not yet, eh? And lastly, is it lastly? It's also responsible for input-output management. I think some of these are just a repetition. No. Yeah, input-output management, whereby it allows the computer to interact with all peripheral devices that are attached to it. Input-output management. That's the duty of an operating system. Ignore the security. I think that has already been covered. It is possible for error detecting aids. So it constantly monitors the system to detect if there are any errors, and if possible, avoid malfunctioning of the computer system. In other words, it prevents situations called deadlocks. Do you know what a deadlock is? Have you ever been in a deadlock? A deadlock is a situation in which you have nothing to do. Okay? You are given a certain situation and you can't make a decision. Okay? That is what is called a deadlock. For a computer, when it's in execution, whatever it is executing, they need computer resources for them to complete a certain task. Okay? Now, for example, a computer is executing a job A, and on the queue, there is job B and C. Okay? They are also being executed. Now, for job A to complete its task, it's depending on a resource that is being used by job B. Okay? Job B, to complete its task, it's waiting for a resource that is used by job A. So is job C. When that happens, it's like there's a scramble for resources and the computer doesn't know what to do. This job can't be completed because it's waiting for a resource that is being used by another job. Another job also can't complete its task because it's waiting for another job that is waiting for the resource that is being used by itself. When that happens, that is called a deadlock. So what happens? The computer freezes, doesn't do anything. You try to click on the mouse, it will just say this program is not responding. Okay? When that prolongs, the computer switches itself off. Okay? It will give you what is called a blue screen. Have you come across that situation where a computer gives you a blue screen and then it shuts down? Then later on it will start to restart itself. Why it does that is because it wants to prevent itself from crashing. If a computer crashes, then it will be costly for you to repair it. Change the hard drive and what. So the computer has to be able to detect those errors. So it's responsible also for file management. So a file system is organized into directories for efficient or easy navigation or usage. Sorry, just a second. So file management, it handles data storage, organization and retrieval on all the disk drives, allowing users to save and access the files. That's what file management is all about. Hello? Yes? Anything. So the root directory starts with the letter C. So any hard drive that you see on the computer, it will start, or any storage device, the main storage device will start with a root directory called C. You can give it a name, but it will have that letter C. Zipporah, I hope you're not drawing that, eh? I hope you're not drawing, eh?
No.
Okay. Let me show you how it looks like. So for any computer, you can go to what is called this PC or my computer. All the files are stored in this hard drive. Okay. Can you read what it says? At the end, see it, meaning that's the root directory. Anything that I am to save on this computer, it will be saved in the root directory C. In everything that you are seeing on the computer. If I open this hard drive, okay, if I want program files, all the programs that I've loaded on this computer, I'll find them here. Adobe, Advanced IP Scanner, what, several of them, okay? If I want user files, then I'll go to users, okay? I'll go to my name, my profile, then I'll find everything that is on my profile. Desktop, downloads, favorites, music, whatever it is, okay? That's the root directory. Anaine? The class it may now come an mawa from we're supposed to meet from what time? No, I mean the normal one to three, eh? That is Gumana Lero. Yeah. Okay. So that's the root directory. However, it's not everything that you are able to see from the root directory. See when I took you where you can view my documents and whatnot. So that's what you are seeing there, documents. So all the documents will be held on that directory. Regardless would you zilipa desktop and whatnot, but that's where they will be. If the applications the januma wonesa no Windows yanjanije, they'll be stored in the applications directory. And there are also certain files that are used by the computer itself. These are called disk operating system files. Okay? Usually they are hidden. Okay? They are used for the program when it's executing. So they also have their own directory. So the file organization happens in this way in the computer's storage systems. And we made them at 12 o'clock. Sure. So all these are what is called the file system. I think I've already given the examples of operating systems. Now let's look at types of operating system. So we have simple bunch systems. Let's look at it. Simple bunch systems. So in this type of system, there is no direct interaction between user and the computer. So here the user has to submit a job written on a card or tape to a computer operator. So the computer operator places a bunch of several jobs on an input device. Jobs are batched together by the type of language and requirements. Then a special program, the monitor, manages the execution of each program in the batch. Advantages of a simple batch system: there is no interaction between user and computer, no mechanism to prioritize the processes. Am I? Hello? Hey, Reg. Muntu jasa uyanka phone in. Just hold muna. Okay, ndiye sasa okumimbira. Hello, Reg. Nduwimbire 12 o'clock ba. All right. Let me not stress you with all these the types of. Okay, so the first one we're looking at is simple batch systems, right? Okay, you can also write desktop operating system. That's types of operating system. Desktop operating system. These are designed for personal computers and laptops. And then you have mobile operating system. So these are used for smartphones and tablets. I've talked about desktop operating system, which are designed to be used for personal computers and laptops. Then I've talked about mobile operating system, which are designed to be used by smartphones and tablets. Then you have server operating systems. So these are used to manage network resources and provide services to other computers. That's a server operating system. Used to manage network resources and provide services to other computers. Then you have embedded operating system. Embedded operating system. Embedded operating system. Zipporah, you need the spelling.
Embedded.
EMBEDDED. Kodesh. Zomona lemba? Okay. So these are found in specialized devices like routers, smart TVs, and automotive systems. Found in specialized devices like routers, smart TVs, and automobile systems. So if you check a modern car from 2000 going upwards or 98 going upwards, they have what is called a computer box. Okay? It has a specialized embedded operating system. Okay? There are several, Bosch, several. Okay? That is used to optimize the engine performance and all the other systems that are embedded on a car. Okay? If a car is faulty, you plug in a diagnostic machine to it, it will be able to give you real-time data. Gamoto upanga uswa mbili to tell you that check cylinder yakuti pautaidwa jani mafuta mbili. As such, it's failing to burn. Okay? There's a problem, it will tell you everything. Okay? Yeah, so it has an embedded operating system. Then lastly, you have distributed operating system. So this one manages a group of independent computers. Distributed system manages a group of independent computers and makes them appear as a single computer. Manages a group of independent computers and make them appear as a single computer. An example is Google operating system for cloud servers. Google operating system for cloud servers. So if you have an email, a Gmail account, there will be several computers that are connected together, servers, right? Okay. But when you are accessing them, it appears it has only one interface, okay? Which makes it appear as if you are just using one device. Okay? I open Google on my device, on your device, her device, hers, they all look the same, right? As if we are dealing with one computer, and yet there are several. Yeah, so you use these distributed operating systems. Are we clear? So the other ones, I think you can just read them. Now here it's where now we're supposed to start our practicals. When do we start?
So you said today.
Did you? Open them. You brought your laptop? Kodesh. Bwana Witi, tati asilete makompyuta awili. We are now supposed to start our dealing with the application software. You can stop it.